Alec,
Hi.
What's up, buddy?
Not much.
okay.
All right. Are we ready? Go, guys.
Yeah, let's hit it. Let's quit it. Oh, welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. It's week 2 of Stiff Timber, and we watched my pick, Evolution, a movie that's as corny as it is horny, and as horny as it is corny.
It is one of the horniest movies we've ever watched.
It's a weird throwback. I guess it's because it's Ivan Reitman, but it's like a movie that was written in 1988 that got cryogenically frozen.
Yeah.
Right,
And
until the
it's
year of our
not-
Lord 2001.
Not only is it horny, it's like ultra racist because every joke that Orlando has is about him being black. It's like
Yeah.
every
It's like-
single joke. It's like, oh my
But that
god.
was a big, that's
Oh, I
48
know,
hours,
you're
right?
right.
Like
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
trope, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But this
You're
movie
right.
was like, when I was watching it, I was like, this is like Gremlins meets Ghostbusters meets American Pie meets Andromeda Strain. This is a movie.
base.
meets Men in Black to me. That
Yeah.
was the big one. I felt like this
Well,
movie wanted to be Men in Black.
Professional men in black. These are amateur scientists trying to ghost bust their way through this scenario.
Well, they were professional scientists.
Because Fox Mulder was just handing out A's to the whole room.
Yeah, but
They're all
we'll get
Peter
into
Venkmans.
it. Yeah.
We'll get
They're all
into
Peter
it. We'll get into
Venkmans.
it. We have a whole show to talk about it. But yeah, we watched.
Show. It's brought to you by DraftKings and Raid Shadow Legends.
Dude, we need some of that Raid Shadow drafting money.
Brought to you by NordVPN and Dollar Shave Club. And,
What was that? There was a Hard Times article, like $1.3 billion in advertising finally pays off as first person downloads Raid Shadow Legends.
We should be brought to you by him.
I watched some YouTubers say that they literally pay out like 15 grand. Like it's some like crazy high
What,
number.
Raid Shadow?
Like, how much money
Yes.
is that shit making? Like, it's gotta be astronomical.
More than 15 grand?
It's probably like millions a day. Anyway.
Yeah.
What did you all watch this week? I'm gonna
Some of them
start to my
Roblox.
man at my virtual left. Alec!
Oh, I watched one thing.
One thing.
We got to go back to Alec's correction corner from last week.
Oh shit.
When I was
I love
boozing.
it.
It's not
I
a
love
correction. It's not a
correction.
correction really, but I'm shocked upon
Uh-oh.
re-listening to the show that nobody called out the fact that the ninja rap appeared in the movie.
No, I did.
Oh, Ninja Turtles.
No, I think I could have sworn
I don't
did.
remember anybody saying it, and I don't remember hearing it on our re-listening either.
Oh,
Maybe
I
you got
think-
drowned
maybe-
out by something else.
That, or
Can
maybe
I-
maybe I talked about it in real life and thought
Can I
did.
tag into the corrections corner and correct Gogs' opinion on Scrapple as like the least Maryland thing on earth, considering you like dress yourself in Maryland garb 24/7?
Hold. It's not about it being Maryland or not. That's not in question. It's a question of do I
You
like
have to like it. Like, that's the rules.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I will
Hard to-
say that
hard to
poorly cooked scrapple is the worst thing on earth.
What is
Sure.
that?
If it's not fried properly,
Burn
it's like
that
Just-
shit.
That
Yeah.
nasty ass shit they sell you at Royal Farms is so gross. Like
Here's
I
what we're
don't
gonna do.
Scrapple Royal Farms.
I was so
It's
goddamn
nasty.
excited when they announced like scrapple sandwiches, and I
I know.
got one and I almost threw up. It was
They
so
are
bad.
so gross.
Look, someone tell me where I can get a properly ripped brick and I will fucking try it.
Double
But
T.
anywhere else I've had it, it's been gray and soft and awful.
I'll say double T, like,
It's
cause,
crispy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll cook you some. It's not
yeah,
hard.
cook them some Scrapple.
You literally just get some scrapple, cook it 8 minutes aside, you're good to go.
Rapple scrapple.
Well,
8 minutes
6 minutes.
aside.
And give them a little bit of syrup. A little bit.
No, maybe not
Seems
8.
It's extreme.
Probably 6. Sorry.
8 minutes is like I don't cook
Thick-ass
steaks
Scrapple.
anywhere near that long.
6 minutes. 6 minutes.
TJ does
All
this
right.
scrapple
Dougie Fresh, you're all-
well done.
You got to make sure that
I
shit
like
is
a
crispy.
medium rare scrapple.
I want that Scrapple fried hard and shit. Don't put that little leg in there.
Well, you also gotta cut it thick. So
Yeah.
anyway, so
that was my correction, or
Okay.
not a correction, but
What is it? What is the goofs? Is that what it's called in the IMDb thing?
oh yeah, goofs. I only watched one movie, and I was very disappointed with it.
no.
I watched Meg 2: The Trench.
Oh, I was gonna watch
it was
that.
No fun.
Like, have you guys seen Meg 1?
Nope.
Yes.
Meg 1's a blast. There's a ton
Meg
of Meg
1
in
is
it.
Meg 1's more fun than it deserves to be. Meg 1's a good time.
Yes, it's fun, and it's like
Meg 1 also sounds like the first female graffiti artist.
Yeah. Or
it's
some
really
kind of cyberpunk side character.
really stupid movie with a giant shark in it.
Meg One is like Deep Blue Sea on steroids.
Yes, and it knows that it's dumb, and it's like, let's keep this really stupid.
I also love it knows it's like pandering to the Chinese audience because they are Chinese in that movie.
Oh yeah, they're very, very, very pro-Chinese.
How Chinese are they?
Yo, these motherfuckers
Incredibly.
real Chinese.
But wait, does this one have mech suits? Because I watched the trailer. The dude looked like he was going to be in like fucking Pacific Rim style.
Getting it on till he dies.
Yeah,
They
is that
have-
what
Roll
happened?
until we die.
They have mech suits, but like
And it's
they,
bad.
they interact with these megalodons for the first like 10 minutes, and then there's like the bulk of the movie where they find this underwater illegal drilling thing, and like a good chunk of the middle of the movie has nothing to do with the sharks at all. Like they're not even there.
Are the
Well, that's
Megs
kind of-
becoming sympathetic because of capitalism?
No,
What?
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Well, like,
Just making sure.
though I don't even I
No, but I
can't
love that
frame
reach. I love that
question.
you spend that much time
Well,
around us.
I was wondering if it was. I was wondering if they were telling the story much like a Fern Gully, like the Megs have been displaced by this drilling company, and that's why they're
No,
Meggies.
the Megs are not displaced by the drilling company. The drilling company is just in their trench area drilling.
Ah.
But they use like red lights and have figured out all this kind of shit to like basically mask themselves from the Megs. But then some shit happens and the thermal layer gets damaged that was keeping the Megs in the underwater trench, which is like,
That happened
Same
on
plot from the
PlayStation
first
3.
movie.
yeah, basically. But 3 Megs escape and they just wreak havoc all over a bunch of Asian Pacific islands. So the movie starts off fun, and then for like, I don't know, an hour, it just gets really boring.
An
But then the
hour?
end-
I would assume the
the end
movie
is-
is like 90 minutes long.
It's like an hour 40.
Oof.
But then like the last like 15, 20 minutes, there's Megs, and there's these little weird like dinosaur lizard things, monsters that look like kind of like the size of like Labradors, but they have these razor teeth, and there's a kraken.
I mean,
all
that
kinds
sounds,
of shit.
all that sounds
Like,
cool.
and yeah, and like Jason Statham is like hunting these Megs on a jet ski, where he made these like pole bombs, like you would see like from
Mad
what was
Max.
that game, Medal of Honor, like
Oh.
those
Yeah.
pole bombs where you would stick them in the ground, or the
Bangalores.
what is it, Call of Duty World at War.
Bangalore's.
Okay, sure, that's the planet from Star Wars.
Isn't that the thing Rufio like threw at people?
That's
That was a
What is a
Bangarang.
bangarang?
no. I'm 100%.
The Bangalore
They're called Bangalore.
Torpedo is what it's called.
It's my wrestling name.
That's what I call God's penis.
The SS Minnow, James.
But yeah, it's just not. It doesn't have that same like fun, stupid quality as the first one.
That's a shame.
Mega
shit.
disappointment.
Because
Rated Alec.
They should know how fun and stupid it potentially can be. I think it was the same director. It might even be James
No. It
or
is,
Justin Lin.
No, it is Ben Wheatley, who is an amazing director, and I have no idea what he's doing directing.
Ben
the next-
Wheatley, the guy that made The Guest?
Yeah, no, Ben Wheatley, the guy that made Kill List and
Oh, yeah. And Field of England. Yeah.
and High Rise. Like he makes like weird, like high concept.
Wait a minute, who made The
kinda-
Guest?
That is Adam Wingard,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
who now does just make trash movies. So it's,
Yeah.
X-Men villain Adam Wingard.
it's true.
Yeah, it was disappointing. Like there's some fun parts to it and some fun stuff that happens. At the beginning, this guy has this exosuit and he's showing how strong it is by punching these like concrete blocks. But
Oh,
like
that
the
sounds
big
fun.
deal he's making is that the concrete blocks are showing like how much they weigh, which has no bearing on him obliterating the concrete with his fist. It really doesn't make any sense. It's like a big concrete block, and he punches through it. On the side, it's printed. It says like 250 kilograms or whatever.
Can we go back to
But that doesn't make any sense.
the Jason Wingard thing? Did he fuck Jean Grey? Because if he did, Jason Wingard. I'm talking about Mastermind. Like, did he fuck Jean Grey? Because if he did, that's real dark.
I don't think he actually did.
Okay.
But I don't know. Some of that 80s stuff is like in my my blind spot as far as
Alec, did you ever hear the story? Like my favorite 80s story is that Claremont wanted Mystique to be Nightcrawler's father, and he was going to have her shapeshift and get Destiny knocked up. And they're like, "Yo, this is 1988, and no, we're not doing that."
Oh, so they got away with it later by still making her his mother.
Yeah, because now, and also Hickman has kind of brought back the Destiny Mystique thing, like
okay, good.
Currently. So yeah, he's taking ideas from that. Anything else?
No, I finished the season of What We Do in the Shadows. I liked it better than the last one.
I'm almost finished the previous season. I need to start this season.
It's I don't really know where they're going to keep going. I feel like it's kind of hard to keep mining these stories.
Yeah.
But so far it's still pretty good. I think like season 3 I was down on, but then season 4 brought it back. Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll say that's it. TJ.
All right. I watched one thing. It was not very good. It was another Shudder movie. It's called I already forgot the title. I watched it half an hour ago. It's pretty bad. The Dark and the Wicked. It's stupid. It's like a slow burn, like Satan possession movie, like out in the country. So it's like kind of a Southern Gothic kind of vibe, but it's just one note. And, you know, as much as I always like the, kind of Eldritch kind of thing where it's like humans against like powers that are outside of their realm of comprehension. Like when it's the devil, it's just lazy and it's just shorthand. Like basically I'll tell you the entire movie. So his brother and sister go back to their family home. Their dad is bedridden and sick, and their mom is elderly, and they live on a farm. And the mom is not doing well, so the brother and sister decide to pay her a visit. The mom's like, "You should not have come." The mom's acting weird. The mom like kills herself, and then like shit gets like more like weird and Satan-y. But like the fucking movie is dumb because like it's just like by the end of the movie, it's like, well, why did they attack this? Why did Satan take over this family? It's like, well, he could attack anybody, and it's like, oh god, like I mean, like it's trying to be like a Hereditary or something like that, or like have that kind of tone. But like Hereditary, like made sense, like when it was talking, like the possession made sense, like there was a reason for it. This is just like the devil could be anywhere, and it's like, oh, great. Like, that's just so much fun. And then I come to realize that this guy wrote The Strangers, which is another movie that I can't stand because it's just like, why did they kill these people? Because they could be anybody. It's like, okay, man, like that shit is not, like...
And The Strangers just funny games, right? They're all the same thing, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, Funny Games has an extra layer of annoyance because like Michael Haneke, like literally through his characters is like, why are you watching this? Why are you condoning this violence? Like, it's so, I kind of hate that movie. I know people love it, but like, I find it like very pretentious.
Do you like it? Do you like when they shot for shot remade it?
Well, he remade it.
I know.
Michael Haneke remade it. Like literally remade it and just did it in English.
You know
don't understand why.
The only time that thing actually works, the only piece of media where it's like, why are you doing this?
Oh, I was going to say the shot for shot remake, and if you were going to say the Gus Van Sant Psycho, I don't know if we could be friends anymore.
But I don't know if anybody's played this, but if you haven't, Spec Ops, the whole game is basically about why are you doing this? Like, but also, and it actually really works.
But that also is like a gut punch. Like that is kind of that work. But it's very hard to get that to work.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's the only time I can think of it working. Yeah.
When I start playing that game, I did not think that's what we were going to get into at the
No.
end.
Also, the fact that they took literally what was like a value franchise, like those Spec Op games on PlayStation 1 were like discount $20 games, and then they're like, oh, we're going to
They're
take
the only
these.
PC games you could get at a grocery store, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like trash.
Yeah,
What
but
if we're going to remix it with Heart of Darkness, and let's see how it goes.
Yeah, but The Dark and the Wicked, you can skip this one. It's 90 minutes long. It feels like it's 2.5 hours long. Nothing really happens. You can watch the first 5 minutes and kind of know how the rest of the movie's going to go. It relies on a lot of jump scares, and I mean, there's a couple of like cool, like creepy visuals, but like it's just like kind of there. Like I think like the thing that really like I was like tuned out of the movie almost right away. Like the first 10 minutes, like again, the mom who is not well, like she's late at night and she's cutting carrots, and it's getting intense, and her hands next to the carrots, and they keep cutting back and forth, and like, you know, where do you think that's going to go? What's going to happen? She's going to cut her fucking
carrots.
She's going to cut her fucking fingers. It's like so like cliche and telegraphed. And that's like the whole movie. It's just like, I don't know, like lots of like pitch shift, like dead people. And, you know, I just did not care for it at all. I would not recommend, like 1 star. Terrible. So, Gogs.
Watched one thing.
One thing?
And actually, I think I watched it last week and forgot to talk about it, but it's also on Shudder.
I actually scrolled past it, actually, because you talked to me about it briefly, and I was like, oh, that's what he was talking about.
Wait, was I talking to you about Sea Fever? Because I was talking about Bad Things before.
Bad Things is what I was referring to.
Bad Things, yeah. I talked about that last week. Sea Fever is the one I forgot to talk about. It's a bunch of people going out on a boat, and then they get attacked by a giant jellyfish, and then it infects their blood, and their eyeballs explode. It's Irish, and it's okay, but it's not good. Would not recommend. Shudder's been doing me dirty.
Is it a horror comedy or just a straight horror?
It's a horror movie. It's a science horror movie. It's trying to be. And it is
good for their horror comedies.
Yeah, horror comedies I'm here for. This is not funny. It's just kind of it wants to be the thing because these things infect your blood. And it's like a question of like who's infected, who's not, who are we going to test? How are we going to live through this?
Oh, I saw a movie like that once.
Yeah, right? But yeah, I mean, a dude's eyes did explode, and that was interesting. The other thing I watched is not a show, but I just wanted to get the room's take on it because I thought I'm excited for it. The new Godzilla
Zero
or One or some such.
Yeah. I forget what I already forgot. Yeah, it looks incredible. I'm very excited for it.
I'm out of the loop.
Is it the same people that did Shin Godzilla?
No.
The show with John Goodman?
No.
Isn't there like a Godzilla Zero Wars or something? What the fuck is that?
There's an anime, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's an animated show on Netflix. It's actually really good. Hold on, I'll get you the title. It's Japanese, so it'll be good. But it looks awesome. It's called -1 is what the title.
Okay.
Yeah,
but no,
is it even called Godzilla -1 or just called -1?
Godzilla -1.
Oh, they're making a new.
Dope.
I think it's a show. I'm not sure what streaming service, but based on that corporation from the Godzilla movie and the King Kong movie.
Oh, what was that called? The
Monarch.
Monarch. Yeah, Monarch.
Yeah, the show is called Monarch, and it's about them.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. Skull Island was not bad.
I love Skull Island.
Skull Island was great. Godzilla versus King Kong was fucking awful. So, and then the other Godzilla movie both Godzilla movies were bad. So,
Godzilla -1 looks dope.
Yeah, because again, not American, so it'll probably be awesome.
That title don't make no sense.
No, but it looks like it's throwbacky, like it's like Godzilla's origin story, mayhaps. I'm not sure.
I mean, they're kind of always they kind of always are. So,
well then, anyway, Sean.
Anything else?
No, I didn't do anything else. I watched Evolution.
So whoever
we watched One Piece. We
watched a little bit. I did watch a little bit more One Piece.
How do you like it? Let me know if I need to start watching it. Okay.
It's really good. I also watched about 12 more episodes.
I might start watching it then.
It's a lot of fun. I hate how much I enjoy it, but I can see why people like it so much.
I get what the draw is.
It's funny and it's like very light and the animation's fun. It's good. It's really good. I can understand why people like it. It's very like you can kind of just watch it and like an hour goes
We're not
by
gonna
and
start watching like Naruto and shit. Like we're not gonna go that dark, are we?
Maybe.
I don't think so. I've never seen
I
Naruto.
reserve the right to like anything.
Okay.
I mean, I watched Dragon Ball for a long time, so I mean,
I've still never seen any of it.
I wouldn't watch it now. I mean, but I watched it. I watched
Like
pretty much
I
all
was
of
half
it.
tempted because I forget who kept talking about the devil, but I was half tempted to switch my birthday pick because I saw that Ken Russell's The Devils is on the Plex, and I'm dying to hear like Alec and Gogs' take on that movie.
I put
But
that on there, yeah, because
well,
there's a
no shit.
yeah, it's a good movie.
I didn't watch anything, but two things I wanted to filibuster with because I don't feel like ceding
Two
my time
things.
is one. Do you guys have Spectrum cable up there at all? Does that exist
No,
back
that's
home?
like I think that's
That's
only
Philly.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Our
It's
cable
like
monopoly is two people. It's
Yeah.
Verizon
Verizon and
or
Comcast
Comcast.
or
Well, here
Xfinity or whatever.
it's basically just Spectrum, and they were just in a fucking pissing contest with Disney because of the Monocorp wars, where I
Yeah, I
just
heard
got
about that.
ESPN back today because of Monday Night Football. I think they finally got to the deal, so fuck them. The other thing I wanted to
Wait.
talk. Go
Can I
ahead.
ask you something?
Yeah, shoot.
Is someone going to be are you getting some sort of compensation for the denial of service that you signed up for?
No, because I don't think you have that right. I don't believe. Like, I'm sure if I called up and pissed and moaned about it, I would get
Like
something.
if you signed up for cable and then cable told you you're getting these channels and those channels were not provided to you, I feel like that is
Sure,
There's probably
open and
something in
shut.
their term. There's probably
I'm sure.
something in their
Yeah,
terms of
yeah.
service that's
You know. The other thing I want to talk about briefly was the University of Colorado and Deion Sanders, just because he's driving every fucking football pundit nuts, and
I
it's
I
love it.
love it.
fucking hysterical. It's like
I could not
they
love it more.
instituted all these transfer rules. And it's like, so he's blows up the entire team. And it's like, I can't do that. That's not what those rules are for. And now they're pretending like the kids are there to get an education, which is like fucking hysterical. Like
Yeah.
now they care about that. And he's just wandering around in his cowboy hat with his big ball swinging all over the place. Like I'm really
I love that he
into it.
had the Wu-Tang Clan repping last weekend. Like
Yeah.
he's like old heads are coming through for Deion Sanders.
Like I didn't love Deion Sanders as a player just because like he was never on a team that I liked.
Oh, I hated him. I
Yeah.
actively hate. He was famously.
I mean, he had a cup of
most
coffee in Baltimore, but the Dallas and San Francisco, like I couldn't miss me with both of them.
He had a cup of coffee in D.C. He was there. They're one of
Yeah.
those lopsided contracts where I think they just
He was there
stopped
for like
paying him.
3 years, wasn't he?
Well, that was when they had that whole like 1996 Pro Bowl team in 2001 or whatever, right? Where like Bruce Smith and all them were there.
Bruce Smith, yeah, like it was crazy. But they hired him. I want to say they hired him like right before the playoffs or something stupid.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
I mean,
No, he wasn't there for a few years, guys. I think it was literally like half a season, if that.
give me Neon Dion Atlanta Falcons just traded to the
Fucking Jerry
the
Curl
San
red
Francisco
helmet.
like the 49ers, like just giving the business to Andre Rison. Give
But
me that.
I fucking love all these fucking like uptight college football. They also have like the South Park. You can't do
College
that.
football's
Like,
fucking stupid. Can we just all agree?
college football's a fucking business. Like, let's not fucking sit here and jerk off and pretend like it's anything but that. And now he exposes that, and everybody's all fucking up in arms. Like, I don't give a shit.
I mean, South Park had like the best take with Cartman. It's like, oh, how much do you pay your slave?
College athlete.
Yeah, you college athlete.
Which is funny because I think that is Colorado.
Yeah.
That he goes to, yeah. But yeah, fucking.
I hope
fuck
they win out. I'm rooting for them.
Dude, sports media is fucking garbage. Like, all these people
It's
are just
somehow
the
gotten
fucking worst.
It's somehow, I feel like, and I mean, you can kind of say this about a lot of things, but like, at least for me, like, I don't go to traditional sports media anymore because like the podcast space
It's
and
the
like
OANN.
well, like YouTube, there's so many like really good and professionally like run channels. Like it's better. And
Yeah,
I don't
and they
need
just do sports, and they're actually like entertaining, and there's something for everything. You got like the Brett Coleman, the like the breakdown guy, you know what I mean, or you got the funny ones, or all that shit. Like the only mainstream guy I really liked or show I liked was a Kellerman show with Jay Will and Keyshawn, and they blew that out so they could give Pat McAfee $8 billion, which I will, fucking we'll see how that pays off.
I don't understand that. All right. Let's talk about evolution. It's evolution. If I was still putting songs on the things, I would use that fucking Pearl Jam song.
Beatles song?
No, there's the it's evolution, baby. You had the Todd McFarlane animated video.
I
It's
thought it was
pretty
when you
cool.
say you want an evolution. I know it's revolution, but you get what I'm
I
saying.
thought we were gonna do the Evolution WWE theme.
Ooh.
Oh shit. We as podcasters came here to play, but think about that sentence. Look at the adjective.
The adjective. Play.
We're not here to play. Oh, that's one of the
You
best.
all know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Gogs, what happens in Ghostbusters 2.5?
Yeah.
Right.
This does feel like, and Alec, you probably did your Wikipediaing on this.
It is an abandoned pitch for Ghostbusters 2, from what I
it
understood.
makes a lot of sense.
Also, is the best Ghostbusters sequel, like, hands down.
I still haven't seen the last one.
I didn't
do you
realize
need
that.
to?
But it feels very Ghostbusters, right? Like the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like a
How
million
do
percent.
scientists fight existential threat?
And they're
Yeah.
both kind of shitty.
Right, they're shitty at their
Yeah.
shitty at their professorings.
They're very
like-
horny.
They're super. So here's the movie. It's A to B. It's as A to B as a movie can be. Meteor comes to Earth. Meteor makes flatworms. Horny
Meteor turns
local-
Robert Townsend into Baltimore superhero.
Nice.
That's a movie we need to watch.
Hell yeah, baby loads.
Meteor Man.
Yeah.
So we go.
Why don't we do a Baltimore month? We can watch Diner too.
And we watch Alien 3. So
Because it's got Charles S. Dutton in it.
it's got Charles S. Dutton in it.
I was scraping for the connection. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm a murderer and rapist of women.
Raping some women. That's still the best Alien movie.
A strong choice there. So Rock comes to Earth. Rock explodes Stifler's car because he's
Not
burning
Charles S.
down.
Sutton Rock.
Yeah. Rock blows up an outhouse that Stifler let on fire to save a dummy to prove he's a fireman. Then local college professor, ne'er-do-wells, Fox Mulder and Orlando Jones are at Colorado State Arizona Community College, and they're out handing A's and trying to bang volleyball girls and like maybe get sucked for grades. I don't know. But
Yeah.
the U.S. Geological Society or some such, or maybe NASA,
Survey.
or maybe NIH, somebody called Mulder up and he's like, bro, you gotta go check out this rock. And he's like, all right, bet. And he grabbed fucking Orlando Jones and they go down to a cave and they talk to.
I think that's incorrect. I think Orlando Jones signs up for the USG because he's looking for pornography and gets linked to it somehow. I'm understanding
you're
the
right.
fiction of the movie. Yeah.
There was a weird. You're right. There was a weird handoff there. But anyway, they go and see the guy from Mad TV whose eyes were always crossed because he's guarding the hole. And they go downstairs and they find Moss.
Pat Kilbane, that's that guy's name.
Yeah, and then for a minute we're in fucking Prometheus territory because this rock starts bleeding black goop. If this was in the Prometheus verse, that would be something. So now they're like, all right, cool. We'll take this rock sample. Let's go back to the lab. Let's see about cells. And sure enough, they're there. Then they're like, we need more of this. So let's go take some of our best, brightest, hottest, and dumbest kids out to this cave to haul this rock out onto a school bus, if I'm understanding what they were supposed to be doing correctly.
Yeah. The school bus was just to get the people there. They had the, not gurney.
They did have a winch, right? Because Ethan Suplee was going to be working that
type thing. I think they're just going to pull it out and, hoist it back to the lab.
Right, take it back to the community college. So now, they go down there and it turns into Slither for 2 seconds because the atmosphere at ankle height smells like farts and that's where the animals can live, but they pulled out a flatworm and it choked to death on oxygen. So they're like, all right, cool. We know how to kill these things in case they get rowdy.
There's a lot of farting in this movie.
A lot of farting, a lot of fart noises, a lot of horniness. So now,
well, it's like, is this the first gross out science movie?
No, couldn't have been. What about Eight-Legged Freaks? What about The Blob?
But is that like a scientist? I guess so.
Hades Blob is a science movie.
Fair. Okay.
So anywho, they go back to their lab, but now like Uncle Sam wants his taste, and the general has got a caduceus on his arm, which means he's like part of the medical corps, but he's part of the militarized wing of the medical corps, I guess.
Fucking Buffalo Bill rolling up
Hell
in
yeah.
his piece.
So is that who that was?
Yeah, dude.
Ted
Ted
Levine.
Levine. Yeah.
Ted
So I was looking at him,
Levine.
I was like,
He looks totally different
He
in
really
every
does.
single movie.
Also, Ted
I know
Levine
this
gets
guy's voice.
Ted Levine gets top billing in this movie. He's the first credited actor after the title card. I was like, holy shit, Ted Levine's like coming
Ted
up.
Levine also in one of my like weird cult favorites. I'm shocked you never watched Bullet with Mickey Rourke and Tupac.
Oh yeah, that movie rocks.
Yeah.
So,
Not to be confused
anyway,
with Steve McQueen's Bullet.
No.
or Adam Sandler's Bulletproof. So now the government's here, and that means we need a bumbling but hot redheaded scientist.
Nailed
And
it
so-
both times.
Yeah, it's like, here's what's funny. When my wife walked by as I was watching the movie, she saw Fox Mulder and Julianne Moore on the
Did
screen.
it automatically
She's like,
convert to
X-Files?
Gillian Anderson in her head?
Yeah, she was like,
Oh,
"Are you
yeah.
watching X-Files?" I was like, it's just another redheaded scientist lady with a similar name. The rest of the movie happens, and by that I
think
mean,
about that. I guess that's kind of stunt casting, huh? I didn't even
Yeah.
put that together.
Do you think they offered it to her? Do you think
Probably.
they offered
No.
it to Gillian Anderson? Oh.
no,
You don't think so? Why not?
because why would they?
I mean, why not?
They got Fox Mulder. They got another redhead. They got a more famous redhead. They don't need to make it an X-Files movie. They just need a little nod to the X-Files.
Fair enough.
Anyway, the rest of the movie progresses, and what by that I mean the government's like, "You're," and they're like, "But it's our discovery," and then somehow stuff creeps through the ground because Stifler can't become a fireman, so he has to work at a country club bar. But then the dickhead guy who's in charge of the country club bar gets his arm like chomped off when he's trying to go to Pound Town on 17.
This guy's trying to fuck, like, literally on the golf course is amazing.
Based. So,
Yeah.
so
King.
now things are running around, like the government can't contain it, and the dad from Modern Family's there, and then see this group of housewives that I don't know if they had any reference in the rest of the film suddenly have like a dog frog turkey tongue creature in their closet that bites off one of their hands, maybe.
Oh, they're all on mushrooms or something. They're having like a dissociative episode.
Yeah, look
But
at
they
that
were
little
introduced
dog.
earlier in the film, right? They had
Yeah.
no bearing. All right, so this is why it's like Gremlins, because things are just now happening. And like the government's like, "We got it, you screwed up," and they're like, "We want our discovery," and everybody's fighting over like a Nobel Prize, and so more chaos ensues. There's a very cheeky hunt for a pterodactyl through a mall that like has like Mallrats callbacks of breaking into a dressing room and a young lady stealing a bunch of shirts under
You
her.
think that's a direct Mallrats callback or just parallel
it's just
thinking?
happening. It's just happening in my
Okay.
head. But they did break into a very lightly guarded sporting goods store and took 3 long tubed 12 gauges. And apparently
Hell yeah, mall
Just-
shotguns.
the science they did is they learned that these things are allergic to bullets. They also find that like there's a bunch of them dying. Oh, before that happened, they went to investigate the frog tongue thing, and then they went out back to the crevice that this woman lives adjacent to, like this vast wasteland of a dried
Well, it's
riverbed.
Arizona.
When there's hundreds of these pterodactyls dying in the sun because they can't breathe oxygen, but this one can because they evolved, evolution, right in front of us. And then it went to a mall and didn't eat anybody. It gets shotgunned to hell. Like it's like Murphy in the beginning of RoboCop. And then they're like, "Hey, scientists, you government dicks, look what we did." And they're like, "Fuck y'all." And then somehow Dan Aykroyd shows up. And he's the governor of Arizona. He's allowed to.
Can I pause you real quick?
Sure.
Dan Aykroyd brought my number score down a full point because I find him completely repellent as a person and as an actor, especially in his older age.
Can governors just boss around like the military?
Not unless they're the National Guard.
I feel like it was weird that it wasn't the president. It was
Everything's like weirdly low stakes. It's the community college, and it's like the associate director of the CDC and some like Army Research Institute that has the authority to fucking drop napalm on a civilian population. Like, You know.
Yeah. So Jillian Moore,
it's
Anderson. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, I'm saying it's just Ghostbusters. It's like he's the fucking this man has no dick. He's just a general instead
Yeah,
of a
Peck.
city fucking yeah.
So now they go, and Jillian Anderson's like, not Anderson, Moore, Julian Moore, is like, oh, by the by, these things are rapidly multiplying, and they will make us as Americans extinct in like a fortnight. And everybody's like, oh, fuck, what are we going to do? They're like, maybe we should nuke them. It's like, how about napalm? And like, that's a good idea. And everybody's like, that's not a good idea. Well, like, you get the fuck out of here. Then they go back to their science house and they do the test like they did in The Thing where they dropped a match in a petri dish and the shit exploded into tentacles. They're like, oh, damn, this is bad. Hey, you're wearing a cute t-shirt with the periodic table on it. I'm going to make the most improbable logical jump to say that we're carbon based and arsenic kills up.
You're the closest thing to a scientist we have. Is that how shit works on that thing?
I didn't know that there was lethality. I know there was like finishing moves. Like you go down 3 and over 1. You're like, not for nothing. If you pumped us full of selenium, we'd die too. So
before we leave this scene, I just thought this shit was so funny because like this is such a like. Well, we need the petri dish to be on fire, but we have no way to do it. So out of nowhere, it's like Homer Simpson when he has a clock joke and he suddenly has a wristwatch when he's never worn one before.
Yeah.
Orlando Jones is just smoking indoors randomly, and it's like, why are you smoking? Well, nobody needs to live long, flat. Like, it's like, it's such like a weird, like, it's like,
so dumb.
I guess he's smoking now.
This whole movie didn't have a script. It was just notes. It was like, just make him smoke now. So anyway, they look at her shirt.
Todd Phillips punched this script up, believe it or not.
He should have punched harder. So he looks at this shirt and he's like, well, arsenic kills us, so selenium will kill them, right? Because they're nitrogen based or some such. And everybody's like, well, how are we going to get so much selenium? It's 2 a.m. And the 2 dumb kids from his chemistry class who know nothing else say, oh, we can get you that because that's in Head and Shoulders. And he's like, have you noticed how good our hair looks? And it's like, and I thought something like, was Head and Shoulders manufactured in the town? Was there some other connection to Head and Shoulders? Or did they
I don't know, but I did like the David Duchovny's line, you two don't know anything. How did you know that?
That was my favorite. That was probably the only time I laughed in the whole movie. I love that. I thought it was funny as hell. But also, Gogs, in real life, Head and Shoulders just paid for sponsorship. That's all. That's what. But
I mean, from a plot contrivance, their factory was in the town. No, Alec, you were saying?
Head and Shoulders actually used this movie to release their new line of product that had selenium in it. That was their like high industrial strength Head and Shoulders.
Oh wow, it's like a mac and me thing.
If you have Daniel Druff, you're going to need this. So now Stifler, because he's still not a fireman, he steals a hook and ladder / tanker truck, which they fill full of Head and Shoulders, and then they go on their suicide mission to snuff out everybody in the cave with the goop. Meanwhile, things are said to each other. For some reason, Mulder and Julianne Moore fall in love because Mulder was talking about how she's like a stuck-up bitch on like a CCTV camera, and she took that personally. So now she's like, I would have fucked the hell out of you. And it's like, this is really unprofessional. So now they go down to the cave. They're about to spray everything with the goop. Buffalo Bill gets a little antsy in his pantsy about the firebombing, so he explodes the place ahead of schedule because Dan Aykroyd's like, do it. And he's like, all right. Because the chain of command's fucked in Arizona. And then all of the evolutions conglomerate into just a big old it looks like the starfish from fucking...
Well, as you know, science says the simplest organisms are the strongest, which is why we're all amoebas.
Right, like it's an amoeba the size of the Titanic. So it's like Staryu, the Terminator destroyer. What was the thing from Suicide Squad?
I think it's just called Starro.
Okay,
the Conqueror.
Well, I thought he had like a Conqueror.
Okay,
Starro.
So anyway, they like, all right, we got to go fight this thing now. Nothing's working, and they drive the truck right up under it, and then they give it a Head and Shoulders enema right in its beehole. There's lots more farting and pooping jokes. Orlando Jones is now he's got the 1,000-yard stare because you haven't seen what he's seen, like the horrors of this thing's rectum.
Yeah.
It explodes into goo, and then everyone gets medals, but Mulder and Julia Moore forego getting a medal on national TV because they got to go bone in the stolen fire truck. Also, in total disregard for his constituency, the governor just names Stifler a fireman now, demonstrating no skills in life saving whatsoever, other than being part of blowing this thing up with dandruff shampoo in its anus. And that's the movie.
And it ends
they do
on
a commercial.
a Head and Shoulders commercial.
Oh yeah, there's a commercial at the end. And then
like
the pterodactyl looks back at it.
I like it. The commercial is funny. I like the commercial. Doesn't Ghostbusters end with a commercial?
No, it has a commercial in it.
Oh, that's what I'm. Yeah.
For Ghostbusters, not for Head and Shoulders.
Well, maybe it should have.
Oh, maybe. Who knew? In the Head and Shoulders verse.
So we already have 2 days for veterans. Well, maybe we should have 3.
That's smart people. Zork? I didn't say Zork. Yeah, so that's the movie. I did not laugh at this movie. I just had a hard time with this one. I just was watching it and waiting to laugh, and I think maybe I've just become a jaded, cynical asshole and I can't laugh at things, but I just did not find this movie funny.
I didn't really laugh out loud, but I find the cast, maybe it's a mileage may vary, but I think David Duchovny's super charming in comedies.
Oh, he's great.
Because he's so dry.
Him. Yeah, I like David Duchovny.
And I've never noticed this before, but I was he's got kind of a very noticeable New York accent. And I guess he is from New York City. But I don't know. I love Julianne Moore. I think she's adorable. Orlando Jones, I have nostalgia for, although I don't think he's funny in this movie. Although Duchovny's you got to learn how to talk to the white man. That made me laugh. It was a line from 48 Hours. Bro, it's so out of place.
Everything is about him being black. There's a part where they kill that pterodactyl dragon thing, and he's like, "You want white meat or dark meat?" And Orlando Jones goes, "You gotta ask." It's
I'm picking that thing up. That guy dies in that movie. You pick it up.
Yeah. It's okay, man. I don't know.
Have you guys seen the trailer for this Creator movie, by the way?
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Talking about Terminator?
No, it's the new Gareth Edwards movie. Or no,
what's
it about, though?
The AI movie?
It's about AI.
Yeah. It's about the movie AI.
But it looks pretty good.
People watching AI, yeah.
It's just AI betrays humanity,
5-hour
right?
documentary about Bicentennial Man.
Oh my god. It's the HBO first look.
No, it sounds
the director's cut.
HBO it sounds like look. Oh my god. It sounds like it's almost like a Harlan Ellison thing, or a Asimov thing, because there's bad AI, but they also made a whole bunch of robots that are sentient, so the humanity wants to kill the robots, but there's this squad that wants to save the robots, something like that. I don't know. It looks interesting, but
so it's not just robots attack humanity a la Terminator.
You know how that guy is. I don't know. We'll see. Rogue One was great,
but it's got John David Washington in it. Is that correct?
What's David's kid?
Yeah.
I like him. He's great.
I love him.
Alec, what was your favorite part of Evolution? Was it the science?
No. The science is incomprehensible.
I mean, just to be fair, all science is incomprehensible to me.
Well, I do like that these things evolved from lizards to mammals. That's very scientific. That's how that happened.
Back to lizards.
Yeah.
And then back to starfish.
I enjoyed this movie a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like Sean, I don't think I laughed out loud very much. But it's fun, and I distinctly remember some of these lines and scenes from seeing it in the theater.
I think Rub Some Funk on It was one of mine that I still say sometimes that I got from this.
The part after they shoot the pterodactyl down in the mall, and then it just cuts to them riding in the Jeep, just play that funky music, White Boy, and they're all just teasing so hard, fuck yeah, we killed a pterodactyl.
This is also one of the first movies I downloaded off of Kazaa, so I do have some nostalgia there for it.
Kazaa, holy shit.
Oh my god, puppy.
Yet, David Duchovny's weirdly like sexual in this movie, and it's
Everyone
not
is.
sexy. It's
No.
just like when he walks in on the first scene, Orlando Jones is in the meeting with the student. He's like, "I thought we were going for lunch, or have you already eaten?" It's like, ugh.
Well, it also that to frame that scene completely, that student is definitely trying to be like, "Can I get some extra credit?"
Yeah.
Like it's weird and at first you're like,
Sometimes I shower with them.
or you think,
Yeah.
Orlando Jones isn't a scumbag, but then even then, like once he like turns his back, he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck her. Like, oh my god.
Well, it's funny because David Duchovny's weirdly sexy and awkward, just like he is in real life. Apparently, he was too sexy and had to get divorced because he couldn't stop fucking.
Yeah, what a problem to have.
Yeah, right.
But
You have boner madness.
Also,
there's like the line the girl's like, "Really, I just want to do this to be Miss Arizona." And they say nursing will look good. And in the last scene where Dan Aykroyd's giving out the awards, like she has a Miss Arizona sash on
Oh,
her.
I didn't even see that. Yeah.
Like on her chest.
That's funny.
Everybody thinks that Julianne Moore wants to fuck him because, like, even Ty Burrell tells Buffalo Bill at one point, you know that she's mad at you. That usually means, and he's like, "Shut up, Steve." And it's like, okay. Like whoever wrote this movie,
guys like that though, like you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess, man, but whoever wrote this movie just needed to go jerk off or something. I don't know.
They are
Like
down bad, as they say.
this movie has like divorced dad energy.
But who doesn't want to watch those two fuck? Because I know I do. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
I want the movie where David Duchovny fucks Ted Levine.
I mean, yeah, I'll watch
that
that too.
too.
Just, for the science.
Okay, yeah.
Honestly, like the whole evolution plot, like even though it makes absolutely no sense the way it's executed, I don't hate as like a goofy science plot. Like it's like, well, what do we do with aliens? Like I don't know, they just keep evolving. Like cool, that's something.
Right.
Like it's an idea of sorts.
Said it was interesting.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
But
Thank you for that presentation of sorts.
But yeah, I don't know. What else needs to be said about
I don't know. I
this
think this is
movie?
like the best of this kind of era of like bad comedy movies. Like this is like in the higher tier of
It
that.
is super. It feels super of its time. Like it just feels
But also like incredibly dated, even for 2001.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's incredibly dated because it's fucking 20. It's almost 25 years old. Like it's just
no. But I'm saying it feels dated for then. You know what I mean? Like
2001. I don't know.
Yeah.
That.
No, 1,000%. This does
maybe
not
not the way it looks, and like I mean, I think there was a Monster Magnet song, which good for them.
No.
Or is that Static X?
No.
Fuck, Power Man 5000.
Power Man
got there
5000
eventually.
song, yeah.
Drop the bombshell. But yeah, but like the movie is like a 2000s movie, but it is literally written like a 1988 comedy movie. Like the way the dialogue's constructed, and he's like an ex-military.
It's very Porky's.
Yeah, he's an ex-military. He's like, well, how come you get to be a colonel? He's like, well, I was a colonel. But then he also doesn't realize that their comms are open and they're just talking about fucking this broad for like 20 minutes.
I love just like you're going into a secure site and there's cameras everywhere. They're like on the little tram, like making like the fucking motions.
Were they flossing? Like they were dancing, right?
Yeah. Like you're on like you gotta know you're on video.
Right. And they're like, oh, you know how those guys from Sector 13 are? It's like, yeah.
Yeah, Sector 7G.
Pod 6 was jerks.
But I don't know.
Anything else, guys?
No.
No.
Five Knuckle Shuffle time.
This is a land speed record on this bitch.
I mean, there's not much to dissect.
Well, that's. I mean, a long time ago we said
unintended.
we talked about how we barely do comedies, and I think it's why there's like because even good like comedies don't have like they have thin plots. That's kind of the point, to set the jokes up. So there's not a whole lot to like talk about. I mean,
lots.
So Sean,
7. Like I honestly would have rated it higher, but again, Dan Aykroyd, I don't need him shitting up my movie.
Yeah, and he has some like really weird lines. Like he's
he just riffed. You know what I mean? And like
all of Dan Aykroyd energy is not good.
It's like
not at all.
It's like holy jumping Caesar's catfish level. Like what? Like what the fuck are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Like,
Like
I
just
don't
a
know what
bunch of
his-
nonsense words.
I don't know
At
what
what
his
point
last
did
good
he like
movie was.
lose it?
That's what I was
What
trying to
was
figure out. Like, what was his
it's
last good movie?
Deep Trouble? That's where he lost it. What was that
Big
movie with
Trouble?
John Candy and
Big Trouble.
Big Trouble? Is that what
Oh
it's
no,
called?
that movie's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
think that's
It's
where he went off
him
the
and
rails.
John Candy and
Demi Moore and
is it
Chevy Chase. Yeah, it's definitely
Nothing.
Chevy
No, that's
Chase.
called nothing
and
but trouble.
Nothing but trouble.
Digital
Yeah,
Underground.
That's where he
yeah,
has the penis nose.
yeah.
Is
And
it-
then John
was
Candy
it?
plays the twin brother and sister or something.
Yeah, that movie's terrible. Though it has
Was it-
I forget who painted it, but there's like an amazing, like I want to say it's like Frank Frazetta or somebody did like a cover for it, like a poster. It's amazing.
What about Dragnet? I liked him in Dragnet.
I like Dragnet.
I like Dragnet.
But I think
that
that's the
movie
last
came out
good-
like 1988.
Yeah,
Like,
so that's 87. Ghostbusters
Okay.
2 is 89 if we still liked him in that. Nothing
Well,
But
that movie
Trouble is
sucks,
90.
though.
Nothing But Trouble is 91, and then Coneheads is 93.
Oh,
I
I
think
kind of like Coneheads.
But I'm saying I think after 93 it's just nothing but
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
Like
In
That-
Conehead's,
nothing-
in Conehead's defense, he's playing a character that he played in 1970. So, like,
Right.
that's not, he's not bringing his weird, and you
I
know
would
how he's
argue
all into, like,
Ghostbusters.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I say it must be Ghostbusters 2 is the last time we found him sufferable.
Yeah, I mean, fucking,
Coneheads or Coneheads in 93 and give him 5 more years.
Yeah.
But if you didn't like him in Nothing But Trouble,
No.
and
Nothing But
you know
Trouble.
how he feels about aliens and shit in real life, so it feels
Yeah.
like he's just like an awkward, weird boomer, kind of gross, and like he never stops talking when he's in the scene, which I guess like I'm guilty of, but I'm
And
not in the movie.
he's basically doing his Ray Zelinsky voice from Tommy Boy.
Yeah,
that's all he does.
Yeah.
That's all old
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Where he's the fire chief in that weird fucking gay panic not Kevin Smith, what is his name?
Oh, Adam,
Kevin James and Adam Sandler, where they got to get married so they can have health insurance because that's
Chuck and Larry.
Down for
Yeah.
Chuck and Larry.
yeah. Like so fucking
Yeah.
stupid. But yeah, like this movie's totally watchable. Like this is a just an easy fucking like what's that popcorn that like they say is good for you but still bad for you, skinny pop or whatever, just like air with butter on it. Like it's it's a perfectly cromulent movie of its era. And like I said, I find the whole cast minus Dan Aykroyd very charming. I love Ted Levine. I fucking love Julianne Moore. The Coveney's a lot of fun. Orlando Jones kind of the weak link, surprisingly, because like I loved him on Mad TV, but and Sarah Silverman pops up that whole exchange.
Yeah.
I did laugh at that. Like, is it illegal for somebody to just take 3 of your shirts like that? Like, I thought that shit was funny.
That like big tall guy that's one of the cops. Was he part of Mad TV or something?
Yeah,
He looked really
Pat
familiar.
Kilbane. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only sketch I ever remember him being in is the guy that drank too much coffee or whatever, and his eyes were all bugged out
Yeah, his
and had
eyes
the
were all
glasses
bugged
and
out.
shit. Yeah. But no, I think this was totally fun. So this is gonna be another one of those weird Sean, Alec, TJ, Gogs splits, I think. So let's hear from Gogs.
There's a 4
Oof.
Oh,
because it's not good. It's not a good film. I don't know. I didn't do nothing. I don't think anything did it for me. I wanted it to too. Like I was rooting for it. I was like, this is gonna be fun. And that wasn't. It just wasn't fun. Like, there was
It's not fun. It's not funny.
it's like Orlando Jones, I concur, was kind of like, and I like him in other stuff, and he's just sort of like, I don't know, whatever he was doing, I did not care for. Like his character was everyone was kind of
Well,
insufferable.
I just, the thing is, I don't know. Well, David Duchovny seems insufferable in real life, so maybe it works better, but I don't know what black dude you could get to pull off Orlando Jones's, like, impenetrable 80s black dude dialogue, but, like, I don't know if anybody's going to do that.
All he's doing in this is his character from the 7-Up commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's just
yeah,
that
I
guy.
love those commercials.
Make 7
Makes it
up yours.
Up yours. Remember the
Yeah,
Up Yours
commercials.
t-shirts?
Yeah. Have you guys seen the Andy Reid Show Me with the Nuggies commercial yet? That shit made me laugh the first time I
No.
saw it. It's like a State Farm commercial or something. And he says
Oh my God.
Nuggies.
I need to see that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's not. I liked Ethan Suplee in it. I mean,
And
so there's
donkey,
that.
donkey lips from
Oh, that's who
Is
that,
that who that was?
Your Shorts.
Yeah.
God damn. Well, anyway.
I thought for a second the other guy was the landfill from Broken Lizard because he kind of looked like it, but no, it's not him.
Oh yeah, I could see that a little bit.
I don't know what that guy's name is in real. I don't know. his act-
Kevin Heffernan.
Heffernan.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Kevin Peppermint.
Kevin Peppermint.
It didn't do it for me. I wanted it to, and it didn't. It's just too corny and too horny and too much. But also not enough.
Mick Deluxe, yeah.
Mick Deluxe.
Mick Deluxe.
Alec.
I'm gonna also give this a 7. Like, this is a movie, like, when I purged all my movies when I moved, like, this is one that I chose to keep. Like, I don't know why, but it has a sentimental, like, hold on me. I like this movie a
Fair.
lot. It's very fun. Um, like, yeah, everybody that's not charming in, like, the normal sense you'd want them to be charming, but they're all kind of endearing a little bit.
Okay.
I think everybody's good at it except for Dan Aykroyd. Like, I love what they're all doing. I love David Duchovny's, like, I don't know what he's doing in this movie. It is the way he acts in this movie is so weird. It's like he's still in an episode of the X-Files, but
definitely
everybody around him is a comedy. But then he's trying. I don't know. It's weird what he's doing, but I love it.
definitely weird.
I wish he'd give me a case of the Kane madness.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What was it that made you like shit your ass for like?
When he's listing off all those things, he's like, I think that was it.
It's like explosive diarrhea, flatulence, impotence, fever,
Temporary
rash,
blindness.
chills,
Paralysis, yeah.
But none of them got anthrax.
Yeah, but none of them got anthrax. That's tragic. Yeah, I think this movie's a blast. And some of like the CGI is not great, but it's better than a lot of stuff we still see today. Like, it's still better than stuff that comes out now.
Honestly, the effects were not the problem. The effects were fine.
I mean, they're a straight up dragon in there. Like, it's like, that, whatever, it's fun. Like, at least they're doing something.
Yeah. A weird monkey man with no noses. Who's left? TJ?
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, real quick, this movie made 80 or 98 million on a budget of 80. So it probably didn't make his money back.
It also inspired a cartoon series that I vaguely remember. It didn't last very long, but I like saw that. I was like, oh yeah, there was an evolution cartoon.
Also inspired a logo that makes no sense and has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah, you know what? I remember the logo.
When the title card hit, I expected to see the smiley face, the 3-eyed smiley face.
It's on the end of the movie. It's at the end.
No, but it's on the beginning of the movie.
It's also like on the fucking poster and stuff. I remember that.
I concur.
But anyway. Yeah, me. That's me.
Yep, it's TJ.
It's a 5 for me, dog. I don't think it's bad, but I just think it's just like very, like, forgettable. Like, I don't know. I didn't jive with it. I was kind of bored, for most of the movie. I don't think it's like horrendous. I think everybody's like trying, and I like the cast is really good. It's a comedy I didn't find funny. So like, again, that might be me because I'm a like soulless miser that is just not happy with anything anymore. But like, I didn't think it was funny. And like all the jokes in it just fell really flat. The stuff I found humorous was just how weirdly, we've talked about it all show, but the horniness of the movie really like threw me for a loop. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Alex, can you come home? TJ won't let me read Hagar the Horrible.
I just don't find it funny. It was, it's her birthday today. What's her name?
Julie Kavner?
Yeah, her birthday is today. Delightful lady. There's this really funny clip I saw of her on Letterman, and she wouldn't do the voice. And she was like, I don't want to do the voice because, like, if I do the voice, then you're going to see me do it, and it's not the vision you have in your head. And Letterman's like, it's cute, just do the goddamn voice. And then she turns her back to the camera and she does the voice, and it's awesome. I always love hearing the voice actors do the voice.
Yeah.
Love The Simpsons. At least I used to. But this movie I do not love. I have almost already forgotten about this movie. So yeah, it just did not work for me. So yeah. So next week we have a movie that we already know doesn't work for me that I'm gonna fucking hate. hopefully I'll get hit by a bus, before.
Is it next week or is it
No,
the
it's
week
the
after?
following week.
Oh, I thought it was next week. Oh, so it's
Day of
my pick.
execution.
Yeah.
Pick the goon.
No, I'm gonna pick Bulletproof Monk.
Hell yeah.
Oh, all right.
I've never seen it, and I've always kind of want to watch it because I'm a big Chow Yun Fat mark. So yeah, Bulletproof
And Chow
Monk.
Yun Fat made nothing but quality movies in America.
Oh God, I was so hyped for the Replacement Killers.
Hell yeah, that
it's
soundtrack fucking kills too.
Also,
I'm
we
gonna-
we didn't really talk too much about Sean William Scott in this movie. He's kind of
barely
awful.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's
He's just Sean William Scotting it up. Like he's
he
like,
is.
they're like,
He's
you were
like,
Stifler, right? Well, be dumber and a firefighter.
Well, but the thing is, like, the reason he's funny is because, like, his comedic dummies are kind of mean. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's right. And he's just
Yeah.
not in this, but
Yeah,
which works in the Goon because he's playing totally the opposite. He's like a super nice guy.
that's a great
But
movie.
Goon is
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
guys
Yeah.
catch his the fire chief was Richard Mall, even though he's only in it
Yeah,
for like
Bull, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
you can barely
catch that.
even
Yeah.
tell.
Oh, I did. I take it back. There was one thing I laughed at when he. So
You got hit in the
also-
dick?
No. In
Oh.
the beginning of the movie, first of all, the effect, whoever like stunt people like flipped his car after the meteor hit it, like that, and they like you could tell they knew they got a really good take because they like stuck with it and did like the slow mo, but that car like flying up in the air and then spinning down looked great. Like that was like really really nice, but. The fact that he was still driving that like busted ass car, that definitely made me
I
laugh.
like what he gets in at the fire academy. The guy's trying to shut the door. He's like, I got it.
He's got
Yeah.
he's got like a piece of string he's holding to keep the door shut. I laughed at that. That was pretty funny. I don't know, people driving busted cars. I guess maybe because I drove a busted car for so long.
So for my pick, I'm gonna give you boys an out, but I mean, you got to pick one of these two movies. So it's
All right.
either the Southland
What's-
Tales, the Can Cut,
Nope.
or be
Yeah.
careful. The other one is the AVGN movie because that's on Tubi.
Isn't that like 3 hours long?
I don't know how long it is. I don't think
What's
it's that long.
AVG? What's AV?
The Angry
what?
Video Game Nerd.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it's
Yep.
like, would you rather cut your dick off or would you rather have a dog chew it off? Like it's just both are horrendous. I don't know. Can we think on it?
yeah, sure. You got to wait.
All right. We'll think about it. I did. Because I'm an honest person. Unfortunately, I did find the Can Cut,
Hell
and it's
yeah.
on my hard drive. So
I think honestly,
at my house.
you're probably.
I went over this last week, guys. How does that help Alec or Sean?
rip
They
it,
can come
rip
over.
it for ripping
gonna
and
come
burning or whatever. Yeah, that would be a hell of a reason. My first trip back in 3 years to watch the Can Cut of Southland Tales.
I'd have to tweet Richard Kelly if that was actually true. Super fan Sean.
I'd be like, that phone never rings.
I will.
All right,
You're probably gonna want to watch Southland Tales because that AVGN movie looks like it's barely a movie.
Oh, it's gotta be terrible.
Yeah,
I vote Southland Tales.
I also vote Southland Tales, so it's up to you two.
You can't make me pick it. So just Alec, you pick it, and I'll just a vote of no confidence or whatever.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, I really don't want to watch this fucking movie again.
Yeah,
Oh
maybe you like it this time. Maybe it'll be like
No.
Kick-Ass too.
no.
You want to borrow the comic books?
Wasn't that we didn't like Kick-Ass 2, did we? I thought we hated it both
Yeah,
times.
I know, but still.
Yes. Night bitch. Fucking terrible ass movie that was. Oh God. All right, everybody. That's the
All right.
show.
All right.
We'll see you next week. Go watch the NFL.
Yeah, hopefully Aaron Rodgers gets his back broken.
Well, he'll just go to like some
No vaccine against that.
Yeah, exactly. Go to some retreat or something to get himself treated. All right, bye bye.
Bye bye.